Hello. Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Alex. Okay,
Hi. Um,
I was like,
I can't
uh,
hear you, Bianca, and I don't know if that's me or you. Does chat want to let me know if it's just me or if I don't, it could be me. I have a feeling it's me. It's just me, of course. I just put my headphones on and they started playing music that I was listening to, like, not that I wanted to, but it was just like the music that my daughter had me listening to recently.
can you hear me now?
But yeah, I still
Chat.
can't hear Bianca, which is quite frustrating because I could
That
hear her
is.
moments ago.
You could. Oh,
Try one more
man.
thing here. I know, I don't know what's going
Okay.
on, but that's okay.
Okay, all good. All good. All right.
Okay, I got you
Cool.
now. I got you now.
Okay, let's try this again. Hey,
Hi
y'all. Welcome.
to A/B testing.
I
So
need a
good.
little bit. No, I need a little more enthusiasm here, Alex. All right, let's try this again. Hey, everyone. Welcome to A/B testing.
Welcome to A/B testing.
Okay, that's a little better. That's a little better. Who are you, though?
It's working. Okay.
You're Alex. You're
Um,
Alex. I'm Bianca.
yeah, sorry, I'm still having issues. I don't know why, and I'm really sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm hearing myself the whole time too.
oh,
Let me try
damn.
one.
Okay.
I
Oh,
have an idea. I have an idea.
okay.
But you can,
Do 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 do. I'm just gonna do the sound of the like do 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 do
no.
do do do.
Brent, if you want to help me figure out how to add an audio only, for some reason, my one thing's not working. I'm sorry, everybody.
It's okay.
S-
This is live. We are saying that we're live. I am
We're
the
legitimately live.
Yeah, we are live. So everything, please hold. Yes, thank you. Thank you, RJ, for letting the chat know. Please hold while we sort out
We're
our
getting
audio.
there,
We will get
or we
there.
won't, or I'll just hear
So
myself talk the whole time.
yeah, or you'll look at the words that I am saying. This is maybe we'll have captions one of these days, Who knows? Who knows? It'll work
I feel
out.
like live captions are hard.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Uh,
That's real.
yeah.
Wait, so you do hear
Oh
me?
well. I can hear you. Here's the problem. I hear myself because of how I have it set up, and I don't know how to fix that.
Oh, so you don't like hearing yourself.
No, would you like to hear yourself a second later after everything you said?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Ooh,
Okay.
I think Brent just did it for me.
Oh, okay. Now I can't hear. Oh, okay, okay. Cool.
Can you
Hey
hear me
chat.
now?
I can hear you.
It's working. Okay.
Okay, great. This is lovely. Thank you, chat, for hanging out
Sorry
with
about that.
us. It is okay. We're live.
Weirdness. My setup is I have a teleprompter which I use to see the thing and look into the camera, and then I have another setup that does other things. And right now they were just getting a little weird. So
Okay.
now
Cool.
it's
All
hopefully
good.
working.
All good. Well, everyone, hey, welcome. This is the A/B testing stream. We have Alex over here, Alex, who has his sound working. And my name is Bianca. We are super excited to have you here today, as always. That definitely brings us joy. If you're going to be watching this in the future, this is genuine enthusiasm. So if you're watching this in the future, get excited. And Alex, can you kind of let us know what are we doing today? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
What's
well,
what's on the
first
docket?
we're fixing our audio. And then once
Yeah,
we've got that
one.
settled, I'm gonna do a build. So I'm gonna do a build integrating Segment and Twilio. I'm gonna at least attempt it. I don't totally know what I'm doing, so this is definitely gonna be a learn with me stream, learn with us stream. I'll explain a little bit more about why I'm doing that and where it's coming from later. But I built some stuff in Segment that can send stuff to Twilio, and now I want to go the other way. So I'm going to build stuff in Twilio that can get info and send it to Segment. And we'll also do a little news because we're going to try to do that segment. I'm excited to share some stuff. We're going to be talking about data in a few different places. But first, Bianca, what are you drinking? What are you drinking today?
I have some
Water with a
water.
glass straw.
Yes, water. So I got this mug from Dollar Tree, not sponsored, but it's almost like one of those like beer mugs. But it's great. It's like super heavy duty. I don't know. I just feel cool drinking water out of this thing. Also, this is probably not the smartest thing. I have this like curry soup thing. So that's what's happening. I didn't think this through, especially as I'm like, wow, my tongue looks pretty yellow. So yeah, I'm drinking and I had a little bit of soup because, just didn't think this through too much. Alex, what are you drinking?
Sorry, I lost audio again. I'm really sorry. I'm
Oh,
hearing nothing, so I'm gonna need another moment. I don't know what's
okay.
going on, but I'm gonna try not having these.
Oh, oh, okay. Um, I don't know. Let me see. Let me guess if Alex probably had tea. Um, what else do we think that Alex probably had? I wonder. I feel like Alex does like a little light breakfast stuff. Chat. Let me know what did y'all have today uh, for breakfast? Or actually it's way past breakfast. It's literally 2 p.m. Eastern time. So let's see. Okay, chat definitely. Oh, a segment. Yes. Chat, let me know what y'all had. What are y'all drinking? I know last week we had some tea questions, right? So we were trying to figure out lemon, peppermint, but then we ended up going with chamomile. So let me know, what y'all have had. Cool. Okay, let's see. Who do we have hanging out with us today? We got RJ Pearson. I thought it was going to be the Bianca show. Oh gosh, no. The pressure. The pressure. All right, we got RJ. Hey, RJ. Let's see. Who else do we have on stream? On chat. Oh, I probably should open up my other things to see what we have going on. Okay. So
I think I'm back.
I still hear you. I hear you.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We have Frackberg. We got okay, cool. We have some folks. Is why do I see the frog, the toe frog? Okay, great.
Toe Frog's here. He's back from vacation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Toe Frog, welcome back from Hawaii.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
Alex.
Sorry about that, everybody.
Good, Alex. It's live. We're real. We have
We're
to show.
we're live. We're real.
Yeah. We're live. We're real. Just water. Okay, RJ.
Get used to it.
Are you an electro? Are you an electrolytes person in your water, RJ? Are you like? I feel like who knows. But so
My daughter loves electrolytes in her water, and she's only got a few words, but she'll just be like water juice, because she wants us to put the electrolytes in. So I do a lot of that.
Oh yeah. Oh, am I calling out lurkers? Okay, I don't know. But anyways, Alex, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Fu tea. This is my favorite tea right now. Fu is I don't know if I've said this on the stream before. I probably have. It's a tea that's fermented with something called golden flower. So there's a special mold that grows through it that's just good for you because, fermented foods are tasty. And, yeah, so I'm drinking that. I got a really good night of sleep last night because my child didn't wake me up and I woke up before her. So I'm feeling good and I didn't eat anything too high caffeine. So,
Woo!
and I got my original Twilio mug. I think this was like the Twilio starting mug.
Oh,
But
see, you got different merch. I might have to have a talk. I was like, I got another mug. It was nice.
do you have the red one?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
the red one. No, I had another one, but that one looks cool. But
This one is nice. I don't know. You joined at the same time as me. Are you sure you didn't get it?
That's what I'm saying. Or maybe did I get it and then like I gave it to my mom or something? I don't know. Okay, back to the data. We are talking about data today.
Yeah. Let's jump into the news. So Bianca, do you want to start with the piece you brought, and I'll bring it up on screen here.
Yes, please. Thank you. There are lots of ads on this. And again, we are reading this at the same time that y'all are. So enjoy. Let's go.
It's not just a game. Your Pokemon Go player data is training AI map models. Wow.
So I was looking at this and let's see, consume in actually? Okay, cool.
I have,
No,
so
this
this
is
is, yeah. So it's saying that, your data has been training more than what you thought.
good. Hmm. So
My
let's
hunch is that
see.
this is more normal than not.
I think so. But this is where I think like going back into like people probably had like their privacy policy. Like we probably sold all our stuff away like when we sign up for these things.
Yeah.
But I think it goes into this like wider conversation of like now we have this valuable thing, aka data, and now this data is starting to become used for more things, right? And I think like before when you're like, oh, my data is just working, I think because people feel like people can benefit or profit from AI, I feel like anytime there's money involved, folks are like, wait a minute, like, am I your free labor? Like, and
Yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting because I think because folks were just like, well, I was just playing this to play this, right? Like, I wasn't just doing this to collect data for y'all. So I don't know. I think that to me is just kind of interesting in terms of just like how the relationship evolves. I also think it probably is informing folks like data is so valuable. And I think even how people related to data before. And I've spoken about this just personally, which is like this view around like kind of before people were just so free for all with their data, but I do think we're gonna have things in the future around like privacy, like just your data rights. What are your data rights?
Yeah.
How much of your data do you own versus not? But I don't know, like what are your thoughts initially as we're skimming through this?
Yeah, I think we're definitely. I think so. This is interesting because we have some people that are in Europe on the call, and so like the rules in Europe are very different, and they're already a little bit further ahead with a lot of this like data and privacy stuff. I think it's really important. I think there's a little bit of like we don't really understand what the value of it, and then at the same time we want everything that it gives us. Like we're so used to everything on the internet being free because it's how our data is being used. So I think there's a discussion to be had, but I'm not sure people are willing to I don't think as a society, we might not be willing to give it up. AI might do so much for us with the data that it has that we're willing to sacrifice that for the benefits of using it. I don't know. I think that's a thing. I think what they were using the data for in Pokemon Go is particularly interesting. So this says they were building a visual positioning system which uses a single image from a photo to determine its position orientation using a 3D map built from people scanning interesting locations in our games and Scaniverse. This whole idea of like positioning via visual is a big thing in robotics that they've worked on. But this is like, I don't know, this reminds me a little bit of, have you ever seen the guys who do the like geolocation where it's just like show them a spot on Google Maps and they'll figure out where on the planet it is. So they're almost trying to do that. And it's kind of an interesting use case. And, but the thing is like, I guess there's like, if you don't have metadata, you can tell where something is, and that's kind of interesting, but I don't like, how useful is that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think people, okay.
So I played
Brent's
this game. I wanna offer a little bit of flavor. RJ Pearson is saying it feels like a bait and switch. So it was a bait and switch. The terms of service changed 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know. The blog, like there are articles that probably call it the exact time it happened. But the privacy policy when the game launched was very, very straightforward. Like it was not going to use your location data. They weren't going to use whatever. When they added this ability to like scan a location, there's things in the game called Pokestops and Pokemon gyms, and there are locations in the world, and you could get extra items from scanning the location by doing a geospatial like camera scan, like an AR scan of that building. So when they instituted that, they had to change the privacy policy to allow for that, and in the process, they said they can now use this data for all of the mapping stuff that they're doing. So it is kind of shady. It is like a bait and switch because who is going to read all of that? Who is going to know that all of that was happening until now? Now that they're using this for their maps, for, as you said, robotics. I watched a video on this and it's like, so when that robot dog with a gun attached to it shows up at your building,
Yep.
Just remember,
It knows where to go.
Just remember, you did that. And it's
Yeah,
like,
but
and I don't know
think,
if that's going to happen or not. But it is very interesting that is a possibility. In
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But
and
I think. Oh,
no, I was gonna say, and most of the time there's like a GPS, but as soon as you get in a building or into some of these other harder environments, that goes away. So knowing, I think that there's a lot of, I think that it seems like, oh, this isn't that valuable, but like it does become very valuable data for robotics and things like that pretty quickly.
yeah, and I think for folks to, I think there are a few layers on this, which is like, well, one, thank you, Chef Brent, for the additional commentary. I think when there's the labor aspect, right, which is like, I don't, like, am I now working for you because this data thing is like valuable? I thought I was just a player of the game, but now I'm like labor. And then there's also this aspect too around just kind of like, what's the word? I think, how did we relate to data, right? And I think people are still defining kind of this like process of the opt-in. And I think about even the way that like Twilio does stuff around data, right? Like we're very like, no, you better make sure your customer has opted into this thing. And I don't know that I think a lot of companies are like, ooh, data is valuable, and in an effort to kind of get caught up to their data power, I do think maybe they are cutting corners rather than just thinking about, oh, wow, data is very valuable. I mean, we've been saying it for a while.
Yeah.
But, oh, wow, we haven't created the infrastructure to kind of reestablish this data relationship. So I think that to me is just like also a conversation. But yeah, I think that was my article. What other final thoughts you got, Alex?
No, I actually think that's a great segue into what I'm bringing up, because my story is a little bit more about data being open for people and the company taking it away because they want value. So we're gonna talk about Strava and what they're calling the Strava API debacle. Whoops, there we go. So basically, Strava, if anyone hasn't used it, is a like an activity tracking app, like runs, bike rides, walks, whatever it is. It'll workouts. It'll track your activity, and this ecosystem for health data is very fragmented, right? You might have a Garmin watch, and sitting in my room over here is a Peloton, and then you also might go to a class somewhere, and all these places, a lot of times they'll have data. Like if you go to like an Orange Theory, there's data there, but the problem is, it's hard to get it all into one place, and there's not like some unified way of doing it. But Strava is a big company, and Strava has made integrations with all these things. So like you can put both your run from your Garmin and your bike ride on Airtable, or on not Airtable, that's a different thing, on on your Peloton. You can put those both into Garmin, and then it sits in Garmin. And then what was happening is Garmin had a way to get that data out. And so people would add third-party tools that would do things with that data. So they were basically using Strava as the data aggregator in the middle. And by the way, they were paying for it. So this wasn't like people with free accounts, where I don't know if you can do that with a free account. A lot of people were paying for Strava doing this. And Strava changed the rules so that you can't pull the data out of the API as easily. And it cuts off a lot of third-party apps. And so a lot of people who use those third-party apps got really pissed off, because for a lot of them, the only reason they use Strava is to plug all their info in and then get it into their third-party app. So it's just kind of I think this is an example of like, I don't know exactly why they did it. I'm sure this is just more of the thing of, I think Reddit did something similar a few years ago where they limited how many people and third parties could scrape data and take data. I think it's probably them trying to have more control over the ecosystem, but it ends up disempowering the people using it, which sucks.
Yeah, this is so interesting, right? Because I think...
And we even have a user here. Tofrog does it. He uses Strava to merge data from multiple locations as well as pipe data from one app to the other. So like, great example. And I don't know, Tofrog, you can let us know if this API change is going to affect you or not. But yeah.
Yeah. I promise we didn't set this up that we had users of both of the apps that we're mentioning. But I think this goes back to this core thing and theme, which is data is valuable. And I think especially as we're getting more and more into this kind of like age of so many things being powered by AI, like, I think companies are seeing that data is valuable, and now they're just kind of, I think they're trying to be like, oh, let me pull in this data. But then at the same time is like, this is a team effort, right? The data didn't pop out of anywhere, right? And if data is valuable, no one's gonna want, no one's gonna want to feel like, hey, you get to benefit from this valuable thing. And it's like, this goes back into like, well, how valuable is your data to you? And like, what's the cost of our data? I know there's one startup that was doing some work around this. I think like Streamalytics, they were trying to kind of, help people quantify their data. But I do think we're going to start to see people put a price tag on like, well, how much is my data on Google worth, right? Like, how much is my data here worth, right? And that to me is just kind of, ooh.
Good take.
Yeah, that is a good take. Yeah, so I don't feel like we've necessarily created an answer. We don't have the tools, but I think people are feeling like, hey, this feels a little icky. How come you get to benefit from this thing, but then the company is like, well, we provide you a service. So then it's like, then we go into the pricing models of just like, well, maybe Strava, if I don't want, and again, let me know, Tofrog, how you would feel about this, but like, if Strava goes, hey, you get access to all your data, we don't have that, but then you're going to pay double what you pay to kind of retain your data, then it's like, our customer is okay with these new pricing models. So I think there's just like, I don't know, what else comes to mind for you on this?
I think there's another thing that I'm seeing here, which is, or thinking about here, which, because I don't think data is inherently bad. And like I said earlier, when it's so useful to have all this data about you, people are okay with it. I think the thing that both of these show is like, in the Pokemon Go case, the data was in no way, shape, or form used to benefit people. It's not like it made your experience playing Pokemon Go better. And in this Strava case, they're taking away people's access to data. So what I think the key is, I think people are going to be comfortable with their data being used if it's used for something that benefits them. And I think it's harder to make that case when you're using it for something that is not beneficial to them, or they really don't see the justification for. That's where I think that people start getting pissed off and are going to say things. So I think there's a little bit of like, if a company uses my data so that they can, ads are one thing, but like, I love that I call United and they're like, hey, you have a trip coming up. Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're calling about? Like, that's using my data in a way that helps me, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of thing where I think we've got to focus on the customer again, but it's so easy to let the product be a means to gather data that you then use for something unrelated. So what ends up happening is the end user is not actually your customer, right? And you look at Google, for example. Google's customer is the advertisers and the end user is all of us. So it's kind of, I think when you have a misalignment, it can create issues.
I love this kind of mention around like, is this making the customer experience better? And I think this goes back to like feeling like it's more of a balanced exchange. And I do think kind of, if you're not doing this for the customer experience, what are we doing this for? Right. And I think okay, maybe what's popping up for me, which is this space of, even in a data conversation, the customer should still be considered. And I think when you start to remove the customer from the conversation and just make it like this is our business decision and this is how, as a business, we want to focus on your data, I really do think you forget like customers are still a part of this. And whether your customer is a paying customer or not, they still use it. But then I think this goes into a wider conversation, which is like, is this going to start to be the end of more of these freemium models? We did have an era of, free palooza, and our customer is going to be like, hey, no. I want us to just kind of establish like, I am a customer. Also, like, just because I'm getting something for free, do I not deserve to have rights and dignity, right? Because I'm getting quote unquote free.
I don't know if freemium is because freemium actually still makes sense to me. It's like, try this thing out before you have to pay, right? a lot of people use ChatGPT freemium and they're fine.
Yeah.
And I guess there is some training data that OpenAI is getting from that, so that's real. But it's the stuff where there's like not a premium option. There's like one game I play on my phone, like a Betweenal, where you have to like guess the word based on alphabet. Anyways, but like I would pay them if they would get rid of the ads, but that's not an option on their website, on their app. Like, so I think that there's a world where like people will pay for things if it's a good enough product, solution, whatever it is. But we're just in such a place where it's like everyone wants things for free, that you just try to make things for free. And then it lets kind of like subpar products continue to survive because people are using them because they don't cost anything.
Oh man, interesting. So much
So,
stuff. I will
yeah.
say I kind of like how we talked about the data. You know, the data conversation is kind of cool. I kind of
Yeah.
like this. I like this stream already. It's great. Cool. Lots of stuff. Definitely chat. Let us know. Yeah, let us know kind of what comes up to you, if there are any other articles that you've seen around data, and things like that. So, okay, so we're
Yeah.
gonna do a build, but you know, we want to definitely set the stage for y'all around the builds.
Yeah,
So Alex, can you kind of just walk us through this a little bit more?
I can. I'm going to do this though, because I can. I have the power. Look at that. Segment
Oh
plus
my
Twilio time.
gosh!
So hopefully everybody knows in the world that Segment is Twilio CDP. We acquired them a few years ago. And so CDP is Customer Data Platform. And so this is basically one place, central repository that'll help coordinate your customer data across whatever different things. So like a lot of times people use it for pulling in data from Google Analytics on their webpage, and then pulling in communication data for people and anything else they know and how customers are interacting, and then using that data in a meaningful way. And we do a lot of talks, Bianca and I, about AI and personalization and things like that. And it all stems from like, you need data first to do any of it, right? And so we're actually doing a event next week. Join us. Maybe we'll find the link and drop it in chat in a minute. On December 2nd, I'm doing a level up, which is like a coding webinar where we're going to talk about using Segment and Twilio together. And in that event, I'm working with some Segment people. So I'm writing code in Segment to send a message to Twilio. It was super easy. I did it in like 30 minutes last night. It was a lot of fun. Yes, I had fun coding. It was great. And then I want to try something different, which may or may not be part of the webinar itself, but I want to see if I can get data in and out of Segment from Twilio. And I will be fully clear, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I have some code examples I can look at, but I don't totally know how it's going to work or what's going to happen. So that's one thing. And then I also don't know, there's a chance I don't have Segment configured properly. So that's kind of where we are, and that's the build we're going to do. But yeah, what do you think, Bianca?
Okay, no, that's exciting. So it's good to know just like what we're building. So I guess like for you, beyond just kind of the like, I just wanted to test this out. Like why do you think this is like applicable? Yeah. I have a theory that it's probably way easier than we think to get like interesting personalized communications going. And I want to give people the code and the power to do that really quickly and really easily. So my whole goal here, I mean, we do so many talks about like personalization, like our last not the last webinar we ran together, but the one before from last quarter was the AI personalization flywheel, right? So like we talk about this so much, and personalization is so important for every customer interaction that like I'm ready to figure like, okay, how do we do it? I'm a little bit to the point of like, I just want to figure out how to do it. So when someone asks how to do it, I can be like, this is the thing. This is the code. Go look at this. I'm smiling because they're like Alex's
Welcome to
theory
my TED
corner.
Talk.
Yes. No, but I love how you kind of were like, hey, okay, we say all these things, but what could it look like? And I really like that. Are there any particular kind of industry, like where can you see this moving beyond? Like what would this be 2.0, right? Like where do you see this moving towards?
I see, like, I would love to have a fully functional, like example app that we get to share with people of interacting with all these things, and that might actually exist already in Twilio. It's a big place, but I think that's the thing that that I'm curious about of how to do. RJ asked a good question. Are you going to show what you can do on a free account versus paid account? I don't know what you can do on a free to paid account versus paid account. I'm using an account that some solutions engineers, some lovely people at on the segment side of Twilio handed to me. My hunch is it's probably a paid account. I don't know what the breakdown is, but I really appreciate that question. And I will, that's a question I'm gonna make sure I have an answer to before I do this webinar next week. Because that's a good question.
This is great. Also, I love how everyone knows all the, I love how we had a Twilio Q&A of just like, all right, do you know about segment? I promise it wasn't a pop quiz, but I love how y'all know the taglines. This is great. Pop quiz, Twilio pop quiz. You know, ask your developer, wear your customer's shoes. Y'all
Wait,
are knowing.
it's because RJ says he actually has a pair of Twilio shoes.
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
jealous. I don't have Twilio shoes.
Wow. See, I'm just saying, you know,
being a champion, man.
Truly. Now we know. Okay, this is cool. All right, so Alex, let's do this.
I'm gonna just like tool around. Let's just like tool around segment for a minute and just show you what I've found. Oh, that is not the web page I want.
All right.
So yeah, we're gonna
just gonna
switch my screen share.
Okay, cool.
Because you know sometimes that happens.
Cool. For you, typically, are you? No, yeah, it's good that folks have used.
Cool.
Yeah, just kind of seeing how segment allows you to personalize. Okay, champion shoes. There's a pic of them on LinkedIn. All right, back to the builds. The builds.
So welcome to segment, everybody. Whoopsies, I hit the wrong button. We're good though. So I was just making it bigger for everyone, and I made the wrong thing bigger, and now I can't see stuff. So it goes. Today's my tech day. I'm on vacation as soon as this thing ends. So don't blame me.
All good. We're here with you.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is segment. And I think like the thing that is most interesting in here is these like profiles. And when you connect these with Flex, they actually get more powerful. So these are like, obviously these are fake profiles, but you have stuff in here. Here's Ethel Ronalfilson, and you have stuff in here. This is like, we talked about Strava today. This is supposed to be like I think it's called OwlFit. So it's like an exercise studio, like exercise classes. Yeah, maybe that's the next thing we build is the OwlFit workout program, Bianca.
This is kind of creepy because I just started going to a new gym. I'm like, I literally am like, that's on my docket, and they like we're just talking about that is kind of wild outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, hi Rashab, welcome.
Hello.
Cool. We got all the fun people. Rashab, have you built anything with Twilio and Segment before together?
Yeah. Let us know.
It's cloud stuff. I mean, you're in the clouds.
Yeah. So of course.
Yeah. Anyways, so like you can see information about people, and like, you know, goals, and some of this stuff is normal, like first name, last name, and some of the stuff you're adding, like goal, I'm sure is something they added here. So that's kind of how you can see this like one view of your customers, which is pretty neat. And then the other thing that we're going to be talking about is these like journeys that people can go on. And so like at the actual event, we're going to be doing, I think, this one.
Okay, cool.
So like demoing a trial conversion. So like there's always flags. I didn't build this, so I can't comment too much on this, but you know, this looks a lot like Studio, right? And someone even said they might be working on a connection directly into Studio for this. But you know, someone started a trial, you sign up for their first class. If they signed up for a live class, then you send them an SMS reminder. Did they go to the class? Did they not? If they didn't sign up for another class, and then we're going to be building this thing, send trial conversion SMS Studio Flow. So like this is kind of the thing that I'm going to be sending, and then, and then the thing that I was making last night was in Segment, you have this idea of sources and destinations. So sources are where data comes from, and destinations are where data goes to. So they already have a bunch of stuff configured here. But you can write your own code. Is it in destinations? Maybe it was in catalog. You can write your own code to create destinations and things. And the cool things, I'll show you the one I built in a second, but they actually have this, we'll edit this function here. So this is the one I built last night. This was based on, actually, I'm going to start a new one because I can. And it was pretty cool how it works. So we'll make it a destination function. And then you can actually use templates. And they already have a Twilio template. So you can already send messages to Twilio really quickly out of the bat. And then also they have this function copilot. So you can like click this button and then AI will help you write a function too. So if you're like, send my data to this other place, you know, they can do that kind of stuff. But the basic function basically just sends a text and makes a phone call, which was a little confusing when I first ran it and got a phone call and a text at the same time. So that was there. But I basically took this, and then what was there, and then I, let me edit the function here. And then I added a, did I not save it? That would be so funny if I did all the work last night and didn't save it. I did all my work last night and didn't save it. Sweet. So I'll have to just do it again live. Great. Love it.
Okay.
I won't, and I maybe I'll do it now, maybe I won't. But I basically added a way to trigger a studio flow with this data. But I'm actually laughing at myself. I literally spent like half an hour last night and then didn't hit save. Which, hey, we'll have to talk to some people working on this that it should probably auto save.
I love how we're like, as we're going through this, we're like, okay, this would actually be helpful. This is helpful too.
Yeah.
You know, we're definitely walking through the customer shoes, especially for the late night builds that you're like, okay, wow, I thought this saved.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
It's okay because I remember there was a few gotchas and I figured those out, and so I'll have those for next time.
Fantastic.
So we could either do that, or what I was thinking is there's also like code to get stuff in and out of this. So
Chat if you have a thought of like which direction you might
do we want to code in Twilio or do we want to code in Segment? Because we can go both ways here.
Let us know.
Yeah. But and then the other thing, like I have some code samples that I might pull from. So Marius, our awesome evangelist, out of maybe one of each. We'll see if I can get to one of each. I've got some Segment plus ones, one of each, so that's neutral. So maybe I'll be coding in Segment because it was pretty slick. And I know how to do that, and it'll probably work.
Okay, let's go that
so
direction.
we'll go that way. But I'll see what I have. Can I do this in VS Code via the Twilio CLI? I don't think Segment is hooked up with the Twilio CLI yet, but I don't know that for a fact. That's another good question. And I'm taking note of these questions so that I can use them in my webinar. So thank you all for being my little guinea pig audience. I love it.
Wow, Alex, are you using chat data to inform chat? See, we talked about data.
Yes, I'm using chat. Guess what? But it's all here. The data is just going here. So it's not being stored anywhere. The privacy policy is Alex's head is using your data. That is correct. I probably should have put that. I should probably have that on my T-shirt, being like, "I'm gonna remember the things you tell me."
That is a privacy policy. Alex
yeah.
Wow. LOL. I love this. I was like, wow.
Is just remembering when people say something, is that using their data? Uh-oh.
I don't know. Alex,
I just opened a mail. Yeah. So I'll show you what I have, and then we'll go into the other. Well, this is recorded too. True. So Marius has a great demo where there's like a roulette wheel, and people text in their answers. And in that, he checks people's emails and segments to see, hey, do we know from this customer profile, do we know what the email is? And if we know it, then great. We can say it worked. And if we don't know it, then we'll say, hey, we need to get your email. So basically his whole thing was like, how do we know if we have someone's email was there. And then Kaylin wrote one
Okay.
where that was, and this I think did a little more. And I got to figure out where the code itself is. But there was one where, she was taking conversation summaries from Voice Intelligence and saving them to Segment. So she would like get the, oh man, now even my mouse is freezing. Today's a weird day for me. So she would basically get the conversation summary or the sentiment analysis, and then add it into some data that she had, and then send that out to Segment. And I believe it was here.
And
So
I think
this-
even going back to that aspect of just like data that's useful, right? So a company asking me for like my email or things like that, like if it's the goal is to make the experience better, right? Like the goal is to like, hey, I want to make sure you're not missing any correspondence or information. So I think even just like that aspect of like sometimes when they ask for like my date of birth, I'm like, I don't need you to know my age, okay? But like email, I'm like, okay, I get it, right? That's like a very straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a question from RJ.
Yeah.
Do you need a function for that, or can you do that via event streams?
I think you can. I don't know exactly what you can do via event streams, but I know that if you want to add a source, you can actually add Twilio as a source. Just do it and see what happens. I haven't done this before, but there is a Twilio integration that works with event streams or push notifications. These are both sources. So this would be, so this is how Twilio works. And so I think this one pulls data from there, but I don't know. We can just add it and see what happens.
We'll see where it takes us.
Messaging. I don't know. I guess we'll do prod just in case, because I don't really know. I'm not going to add labels. You know what? We don't need labels here. Oh, I can't remove it now. Great.
It's a few days before the holidays, so it's it's
where am I even?
Yeah,
and then we'll grab our SID.
You wore the tie-dye shirt and everything. Just
I know. This shirt's also, it's glow in the dark.
See,
shout out to my sister for getting me the shirt.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
We had a whole family experience of going to see the Grateful Dead at the Sphere, and we had to look the part.
Yeah, so you needed the vibes to
Yeah.
be complete. Okay, so we're back to connecting. We're connecting with Twilio.
We'll hit authenticate here.
Authentication.
Probably gonna want my okay. Here's
All
you can see
right.
all my, I have too many Twilio accounts.
All good.
Approve access. Oh, that's kind of nice. Read all my account data. That's always the thing you want to say. Just yes.
Data Palooza.
Oh, cool. So it's already selecting my Twilio messaging. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Done. So I guess I just added a source.
Whoa, we're syncing your
This
source for
this
first
might
time.
get weird. I'm realizing, because this has all the stuff that I do, all the demos. So I don't know what I'm about to be adding to their database, and I might have to clear that out when I'm done. I didn't think about that. I use this account all the time to just build stuff and test stuff. So, so it goes. We'll see what happens when this is done. But let's go write a function. Was it? No, it was actually connections that I was needing to be in. Destinations. Add destination. I think this is where I go to do it. I'm still learning segment. Oh yeah, functions.
We're all learning together, cool. Alex. That was the goal of the stream. Okay.
This is the goal of the stream. So so we'll wait. Hit the wrong button. Edit function. Cool. So
Great.
Let's just test this. So this is actually pretty cool. This is actually some pretty cool stuff, because you can basically, so it's like on track event. This happens. Event name.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
I gotta interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got a friend.
What?
I don't know if you
Surprise!
know this person,
What
but
Hi.
Sarah.
What is going on, Craig?
Do,
Hi,
do
buddy.
you, do you know this person? I don't know if you've met before.
Thank you,
Was this
Brad.
planned? Did you all plan this? Because Bianca and I had no idea that our lovely friend Craig,
No, Bianca
Craig
knew.
was coming on stage.
Bianca knew.
Oh,
I
you
knew.
did? It was just me?
It was
You're
a
the only one that didn't know.
pre-Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
a pre-Thanksgiving. I wanted to see your authentic response.
I am so
That's
excited
why-
to see you, Craig. Hi.
That's why, I was just like, Alex was like, "Am I being punked?" So that's why I kept on asking. I was like, "Yeah, Alex, what's your timing for everything? What's the breakdown?" So now you kind of know my tricks. So now I can't use that
Can't use
in
it
the
again?
future. Yeah, that's why I was like, "Oh, Brent, just kind of checking in, So, but yes,
Yeah,
hey,
what's
Craig.
going on, Craig? How you doing?
Hi. Happy holidays almost. It's
Yeah.
it's good to be here. I'm get to be on one of my favorite shows on the internet right now. I usually eat lunch with you on Tuesdays and hang out in the
We
chat.
love it. Yeah, we just say your name enough times for you to actually say to respond or build something that you wrote the docs for.
Yes. So yeah, I thought it would be good. We're calling this a fakes thing. It's Streamsgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving.
I like Streamsgiving.
Streamsgiving with a friend, aka Craig. So I was just like, Craig, come and hang out with us. You could let us know what you're up to, what you're building. Alex, it kind of worked out. You're having a lot of tech issues, so
Today was not my
like-
day. Yeah,
it's
writing
all-
code and not saving always sucks.
It is.
Oh,
it
that's
is
the worst. It never works.
all good. So Craig, there are some people that know you. Bianca asking a lot of questions is sus. So okay, Craig.
I appreciated
for those,
Bianca asking a lot of questions.
this is good. So for those people who know you, Craig, or who don't know you, can you kind of introduce yourself to the stream for us?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name's Craig. I am a longtime Twilio fan, and I had the benefit of serving on the developer relations team for about 5 years. Loved my time there. I love the magic that Twilio brings. And I'm over at Cloudflare. Still a big Twilio fan. In fact, I just pushed a video out today where I use Twilio. In it. I'm a developer educator, enjoy teaching people how to play with this tech. Really have always loved Twilio. I love the magic of making somebody's phone ring or making their, just giving people a superpower, right? I feel like one of the coolest APIs ever to use, just APIs in general, like, whoa, I can write a line of code and I can send a text message, I think is just like so powerful. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I think we'd been talking about just like data today. Again, you don't have to talk about data as well.
No, he just
but-
RJ pointed something out great, which is Craig, how much was the Rickroll a thing at Twilio before you joined? Because I think it was a thing, but I feel like you took it to the next level.
Yeah. So the Rickroll was definitely a thing. That was definitely a like, hey, we're going to show you something here, like the head fake. But I ended up, I ran a program that every month I had to get up in front of people. And so every time I did a different version of that. And it turns out that if you Rickroll people enough, it's like a skill that you can get of being able to do that. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I love, one of my favorite things, for those of you who don't know about the Rickroll, one of the favorite things is that you think that something's coming, and then it's that Rick Astley video where he's like, "I'm gonna give you that one," and I just love to put that in there. It turns out that we actually, never mind. We don't need to talk about that. I was going to talk about something, but we don't need to talk about it.
Craig used to run around with this water bottle that had a phone number on it, just a phone number.
Oh yeah,
you might still have it.
Just a
Yeah,
I use it. It's my water bottle. It's not in here, unfortunately, right now.
You're not staying hydrated. So yeah, okay, Craig. again, in our data, our spirit of data. And again, I am going to probably put you on the spot. Like, we might have
Sure.
you build something on stream.
Okay.
It's going to be vibes. So did you use Segment at all? How are you feeling about just like the data climate these days? So first question, did you use Segment? And then the second question is just kind of like, how are you thinking about data these days? I know it's a very wide question.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I did use Segment. I love the whole concept of that, of like being able to anything that somebody does involved, even if that's a live event or if that's an event on a website, be able to get that and track that and see what they did, so that you can know better about how to serve them better, right? Like how to personalize things. I love that concept of that. I got to during my last year there, we did some hackathons with some fake data, and what could we use with LLMs, because it was like right when that stuff was starting to come out. We started playing with some AI and seeing like what would this data do. And I think all of the generative AI stuff without data, it's kind of worthless. I think you need to have the data there to really make it work, make it shine, make it good at what it's doing, right? I think so.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I think there's like, we've talked about this. I feel like we definitely think about like a lot of the stuff around like ethical, thoughtful tech, right? So I think as we're kind of evolving into this conversation around like, you want this to help it make things work better, but how are you thinking, like, how do you think that folks can kind of balance this out, right? Like the need to make things better, but also having respect for the consumer. Like, what comes to mind for you on that part?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opt-in, right? Like I don't mind if the thing I personally like. I educate on AI these days, so I lean in a little bit harder than most people do. I love that I can control what it knows about me. I talk to it about. I don't know if you've all seen that prompt. There's a prompt where it's like, draw a picture of, or generate a drawing of what you think my life looks like right now, based on what it knows. And like, it's pretty clear that like I talk to it a lot. Like I can see my two daughters and they were the right ages with the right kind of hair. I was like, how did you even do that? And then there was a turtle in there because we were thinking about getting a turtle, and I was using GPT to talk to them about how, one of my tricks is I bring GPT into the minivan as we're driving around, and we talk about the responsibility of having a turtle. And I have GPT explain it, so it's not on me, right? It's not on me. It's going to be hard to do, and so that sort of stuff. Found out that Hattie had allergies, and I was concerned about allergies, so she's sneezing in the photo. It's like, just like amazing, like it pieced it together, and I'm okay with it knowing that. I'm okay with my interaction with where it is, but I opted into it, right? I gave it that data, and I think that's a thing that we're going to need to start thinking about, like just use data this way. So.
I think that's a good point. It's use it in a way that is respectful, and then also you do that because it benefits you. Like having AI have all that data for you benefits you, right? You get to have those conversations with your daughters and let AI be a part of that, which is super cool.
Really?
And I think that's key too. But yeah, that's a good point. I think opt-in's huge.
Yeah.
No,
And I like that it knows what I'm. Oh, I'm sorry. Bianca, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go. No, you're going. Go.
I like that it remembers, right? Like it remembers when I want it to. Like it's like, oh, you were working on this thing. And sometimes it'll be like, I'll start a new thing up, and it'll be like, hey, how's that thing going? It's like, whoa, you care? I know that it doesn't, but like it has this vibe of like, oh, that's right, I was working on that. You're right, I should get back to that.
Yeah.
I've been actually playing with that a little bit, about thinking about like all this AI, a lot of the AI stuff that we've gotten to chat-wise has been pull, right? Like I go to it and I ask questions, but like we got the New Year's coming up. We could probably use like, how about AI reaches out to me and checks in on what I said I was going to do, right? And like in chat, track
AI accountability buddies.
Wow,
Exactly.
You need a little balance. I mean, it's also just like you need balance in the relationships, It's just like if you're always saying like, hey AI, and like y'all are like, whoa Bianca, it's a little deep there.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig. So we saw a little video we saw a video you recently had, but you don't have to talk about the video, but like, what are you building these days? Is there anything that you'd love to kind of just show chat? yeah, just kind of tinkering around with. Alex was playing around in Segment for a little bit, but yeah, just any other thoughts, Alex?
No, I want Craig. You are one of the people who just inspired me to build more and do it in front of people, which I appreciate that. And now we're here, 30 something episodes in, and yeah. So I want Craig's the OG inspiration here. So I would love to see whatever Craig wants to build. And my hunch is it's going to have AI in it.
Yeah, I mean, I one of the things that what should we build? We might need some help with phone numbers. Maybe
I got you.
I can okay, all right. What should we build? One of the things I just pushed out. So let me talk a little bit about the video that I just pushed out today. We have this new primitive over here, and it's called workflows. And Alex, I think you would love this thing. So like it goes off in the background, right? You can kick this workflow off, and it has these steps. And the steps are they ensure that they finish. Okay, so like it will go, and if it doesn't finish, it will do a retry, and then it will do exponential back off. So like in the situations where you're hitting an API too hard, oftentimes what you need to do is like wait for 1 second. Oh, wait for 2 seconds. Wait for 4 seconds. 8. So it gets more and more as you're waiting there, and it does that automatically. So the step goes. If the step fails, it's going to try it a certain amount of times. You can configure all that stuff. But one of the things that has in there is sleep. So you can sleep for a certain amount of time. So Brent and I have been working on this problem forever. And when I saw this tool came out, I was like, I need to do this. And that's the video that came out today. Was like, you can sleep for a certain amount of time. So Brent had this video, and we've been trying for a long time to find the right tech, because the scheduling is always really tricky on this. And Cloudflare has these tools now. So it not only does it have cron, and it's got that bit. So that's something I've always wanted to do, like have a little cron jog that kicks off. But it also has this ability you can run this thing and you just say sleep, and I can say sleep for a year, and then it will come back.
Whoa.
So like things where you're like, hey, thanks for signing up. And you say, in 7 days, how's it going? I want to send like Bianca, like you're saying, checking in on the person. So like that's what I would use in that space to do that. And then Alex, I know the other thing, like, oftentimes you're like running as quick as you can to try to get the stuff jamming into an Airtable before the response finish. So this is that, right? Like you come and you do the thing and you respond like, hey, I'm working on it. You kick off this workflow, you go do whatever database stuff, whatever AI stuff you're doing, and then you come back in and you send a message back. And then to them, it's like, oh, you just did it. And you have an infinite amount of time over there in this workflow. It's really nice. It's a nice pattern.
Nice.
Yeah. I could show what that looks like.
Yeah, let's see it. Because there's probably you talked about it. There's probably like an accountability thing. Like you text into a message and be like, hey, I'm gonna do X in this amount of time. And then I can get back to you. Although, do you have to set the sleep parameters internally, or can you update those programmatically?
Those could be programmatic, I think. I've never actually played in that space, but that's an interesting. We could try it. We could see where
it lands.
Yeah, we could see where it lands. I don't know if I'm. Let's see. It's been a while since I've been in here. I'm gonna share my screen.
It says AWS step functions also has a sleep duration.
I also appreciate Robertable's defined crons for us. AWS Everbridge scheduled events, if you're feeling nerdy. I knew what cron jobs were. I don't know where the word come from though. It's like a timed event or scheduled event. Yeah. But
all right, so I'm gonna share. I think I have the right screen.
Okay, cool.
One sec. Then
once you get it up, I can.
Production. We'll have some
here we go.
in the back.
I don't actually. Yeah, we're in StreamYard. Have you been in StreamYard before with us, Craig?
I have. It's been updated a little bit since then. So I think I'm ready to go. I think we can go from here.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Is that looking good to you? There we go. Cool.
Cool.
npm create Cloudflare at latest. So this is going to create what's known as a worker. And it is JavaScript V8 type isolate. So really fast serverless function. Super powerful. What are we doing? Does anybody have a thing that they're supposed to be? What should we build here?
My stuff was all Twilio and segments things that I was
We
going
were
to build.
doing-
But
yeah,
if
we
anyone
were
else has
doing
an
some
idea,
Yeah, we were doing some stuff around like we were just like focused on data today.
On data.
Yeah, so it doesn't have. I mean, it doesn't.
we
have
had
to
we had
be.
some to-do list kind of stuff. We had talked about look, New Year's is coming up. We could do a resolution checker of some
fitness.
sort.
Okay.
We had
Yeah,
did-
we talked
had
about
done some-
fitness.
yeah.
There we go. That's a good one. I'm back in Portland, Oregon, and I love rock climbing, and I need to remind myself that I want to go rock climbing, and then like maybe also like it could ask a question. We can have it ask a question, and I can respond back to it, and we can can play that. All
Okay,
right, so let's just
that.
do. So the application is going to be rock climbing bot. I'm just going to start with the hello world example because everything needs to start at hello world, and I'm going to use TypeScript. I don't know. Have you all been in this space yet in the TypeScript land?
A little bit. If I'm being fully honest, it's pretty similar to JavaScript. So I personally equate the two. Someone's going to yell at me for saying that.
Yeah, no. I like to call it typo script because like the autocomplete on there is like so much better. Where like I know that I did a typo. So, with JavaScript doesn't quite know exactly. So I'm gonna use TypeScript and we'll play from there.
Great. I'm glad I've got RJ Pearson yelling at me. So good.
Oh, good.
You know, it's how you drive engagement. You get people angry.
Yeah. Was that stream bait?
That works really well. Yeah.
You know, great.
And so it's asking right away if I want to deploy. We haven't even started. I don't want to deploy it. So rock climbing bot. I'm going to open that up. We'll get that white screen off everybody's eyes. Get this back into dark mode here. Sorry about that. I apologize. The way that these work, the way that workers work is if you return a response, right? So like this is the hello world of it. And if I come and I do I'm going to come and just do an npm run dev. It will boot up a local server here, and I can press B, and my browser is over here. There we go. So we got our hello
a little
world
bit of
there.
like some of the Twilio serverless CLI stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, it's about
At
ready
this
to feel a lot more like that. Yeah. So if I do a hello comma world, right, because that's what the actual thing is supposed to be. Need to fix that demo there, and then I refresh. It's there, and I didn't start and stop the server, so it's like just it's nice. It's nice that way.
Can we bump font a tiny bit? Can we make it a little bigger?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Thanks.
All right. So
Fantastic.
we have a nice library called Hono that we like to use, and it looks a lot like Express. So I'm going to say npm install Hono. It means flame in Japanese, and the creator is actually on the DevRel team here. And
Nice.
so it's his goal is to keep the flame of developer love alive, which is just
Oh, that's cute.
so we're gonna make a new app. Oh, you know what? I've got this thing. I'm gonna do this. We don't need to talk. We can talk about this.
That was nice.
Yeah. So Hono, we created a new Hono here. It's got these bindings for this environment because the environment of Cloudflare has all sorts of nice things there, including some AI tools. We've got a database, a key value store. It's just all kind of right there in this thing called this env, and it's typed, so you can see what you can do very easily. This app.get is saying that if I go to /hello, I will be able to get back this response. And there's a nice little helper, the C. So we do c.json, and it will say hello world. Let me just do an npm run dev, make sure this is working. And I just pulled my back. So we're going to go to /hello.
It should just say world.
And it says hello
hello
world, right?
got
So it's gone ahead and JSONified it, right? So it took JSON's string from that. So really handy when you're building APIs. So I really love this tool for APIs, which a lot of people end up building in Cloudflare Workers. And what's wild about this is I love that. This still gets me to this day. If I just do this npm run deploy, we have data centers all over the world, and so what happens is I deploy this onto my account, and this deploys like normally like US East 1. This just deploys to what we call region Earth. So this rock climbing bot now has this.
It's just everywhere.
Is everywhere, and it's super fast, and that's all I had to do to make it go. And now I have a name that I can do that. So when for which you can run too. Oh, that's not the. Oh, I don't even have the real chat. Where's the real chat? There it is. I see.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. It's been a while. Man.
All good. Yes, we saw that. RJ mentioned that's super fast deployment.
Yeah, super fast, and it's around the world, which is like really neat. And I think that we're going to start seeing. Well, we know that like latency is super important, right? Like no matter where you're at. And so if you have users around the world and you want to run fast apps, we're most likely really close to where the user is sitting. And then we have other tools that will like, you can push things closer to where your data is. So back to the data thing, like one of the things that might happen is we're going to run an app here, but maybe your data is in US East 1. So we can run another worker that will go closer to where that is, and it will move as fast as it possibly can. It's called smart placement. It's really nice. We're thinking about that sort of thing because the goal here has been to help build a better internet, and that's what we're always going towards. So we have this hello here. We want to do, let's make a Twilio thing. Let's do a post. Sure. We'll do a post. And the first thing that we'll do is for incoming, we'll do an incoming message. And we're going to definitely return some TWIML, right? So I know that's going to come. We'll do c.body TWIML, and then I think we're going to do, boy, it's been a while, y'all. I think we do
It's a muscle.
It is. So I think it was content type application XML. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Still in there. Still got it.
Yeah.
All right. So,
just,
and then
workout.
We could build the TWIML by hand. Let's just build the TWIML by hand, right? We'll do a string-based TWIML here. And
we're doing a phone call. Cool.
I think we'll do.
Oh no, message. There you go.
We'll do a text message. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
We say.
And we're rock climbing, or
Yeah. So we're gonna text him. We're gonna say, "Hey, welcome to." How did you spell that? Accountability.
Yeah.
Rock climbing for rock climbing.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to get AI into Accountability Buddy, but I can't. Account I bill. Yeah, there we go.
But I. There you go. It's double. It's twice.
We're pulling all the C's today. We got Corey. Corey just pulled up. See, Brent, I told you we met our C quota. We just pulling all the C's. Craig. We got all the peeps. Cool. Okay, so welcome to
Corey's here,
buddy.
Yeah.
So much C's. Sorry.
It's a C reunion on A/B testing.
All the C's. We have lots of C representation today. This is great. Okay, great. So we have a message. Welcome to Accountability Buddy. Bidet. Is it bidet?
Bidet.
Bidet.
There you go.
Bidet. Yes.
We need to do headers. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
We also need to do the auth in there somewhere. Right.
So this is going to come. We'll do an incoming message and we'll respond back with this.
Okay.
Okay. So and
yeah, you're right.
Let's just make sure that works. So I've made a post and I'm going to do this npm run deploy again. And so now this is there. And if I could get somebody to put,
I'll do it. Yeah. Okay. Just give me we have the private chat here if you want to copy that or wherever. And I will get us a phone number that does this.
Okay, sweet. So I'm going to do that, and it's at /incoming, and it's a post. So we're going to do it's this rock climbing bot, and I dropped that in the chat there.
Cool. Yeah. Give me
Cool.
one moment to set it up for messaging.
Okay.
Oh, and I actually also have a dev phone ready, so I can
Cool.
do it all. Yeah.
Sweet.
Post to /incoming. Cool. Let me save that configuration.
You know
Copy
what?
our
Hold on.
number
Let me
here.
just do this too. I'm going to say const body equals await c.rec dot
Let me know when yeah.
parse body almost. You can put it there. We'll just deploy again, and then I'll
Cool.
just. I don't want to leak anybody's number. What do we?
I'm using dev phone, so
Okay,
we're okay.
so it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it actually worked.
So the
So
body comes here.
yeah. I'm not. I've stopped using my personal phone for that reason because I'm on Steam too much. But
Cool. All right,
Just
so
so-
we should have
yeah.
an incoming web hook ready, right? So you're gonna.
I already did it actually. So I'll do it again though.
Okay.
So we can see it from there. So
Yeah.
incoming web hook.
I'm going to do this NPX Wrangler tail, and we'll see this console log
Okay.
pop out here. We also have
Okay, now I'll do it.
We don't need to get into it.
Cool. Okay. There we go.
All right.
There we
So
go.
we had a message come in from Lake Waccamaw in Northbrook, Illinois, which is nice, right? So you get this information coming in.
Yeah, you do get my hometown, even though this is a Twilio number, not my personal number.
Whoa! And we got ABC for the win. Oh, I got the C in the A/B testing. I love it. Wow. All right, sweet. So there's an incoming message, right? The incoming message comes in. Let's see. You're at the rock climbing gym, and someone's posted up a flyer that says, "Text your goals for rock climbing here."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is the thing that comes through, the message that comes through, you can see that we can get access to it, right? Because it says this body here. This body of the message is what we have. So even though I called this thing body because that's the form body of what's going on, what we're going to do is we're going to get the content out of that. So we'll say content equals body.
Body.body.
Body.body. Everybody. Body, accountability body.
Oh.
All right, so
Unseriousness.
so we have this text from the user, and what
Right.
we want to do is we want to get one of these workflows going. I think probably the quickest way to get there is
To like maybe a week later say like, hey, how's this goal that you sent going?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
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 So let's do this. Let's say, because I want to see. I haven't tried this before, but I like that dynamic thing that you did. So we'll have it come in. We'll have it come into us, and we'll say, we'll parse out. We'll say, hey, this is what they texted.
Yeah.
Is there anything in there that we should know? We'll play around in this space in this little bit with this workflow. We can do that. So I'm gonna get one of those workflows going.
I'm still impressed that you just built a Twilio response from memory. I don't know if I could do that, and I'm still here.
Alex is like,
So-
wow. I mean, it's
Wait,
just
do you just have something there that says never gonna params?
Yeah, the video. This is from the video that I just launched,
Okay.
which we can share.
Yeah, we did. I think we shared it in chat earlier. I can share.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
we did. Craig, I think
Okay.
this is just you could just have merch. Yeah, just I think the Craig merch could be a thing. You know? Just all the
So I'm gonna call this rock climbing bot workflow, and we're just gonna change the names of this not bog. Rock
Yeah.
climbing bot. We're gonna run on that, and then I'm gonna call these params. So this is part of the TypeScript stuff that is very nice. We will get the two because we need to know who we're gonna talk to later. We need to know the content, and I did the host on this one because I was hosting the Rickroll file, of course. Of course it was.
How many Rickroll files do you think you've hosted in your day?
I miss
Yeah.
I miss that it's not mine anymore. There's that
That's
one.
true. I mean,
It's not-
there was because I remember I think maybe my one of my favorite streams was when you were in chat and you were you were like, here, use this link. And of course, Rickroll.
Little did we know.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones that I ever built is we have a URL shortener, and it's like twill.io. It's not -a-rickroll. And so I always say that, like, I'll start a blog about how nobody trusts me anymore. It's not a rickroll, and it is a rickroll.
Yeah.
Of course.
RJ Pearson, I'm just used to autocomplete and using templates. Craig was writing it all by hand. When you're running in the Twilio ecosystem, the Twilio code's there for you the first time. And I don't think I've written it out by hand enough. But yeah. But thanks for calling me out. Yeah, maybe I do need more Twilio training.
Why did I just imagine Craig going through the Twilio, I call it just like a Twilio boot camp. Just like type it out by memory now. Just like that. That's what happens behind the scenes. Has never not been a Rickroll. Okay,
Yeah.
back
As Craig
to
said
you.
it, spoiler alert, it's always a Rickroll if it's Craig.
Truly.
All right, so we're gonna touch in a little bit on what that environment is. So I've got this thing now that's called this rock climbing bot workflow, and I've got a file in here that came along for the ride. This Wrangler TOML, and it has different lots of different things that you can do in here. Because remember I said there's a bunch of stuff, and I'm going to turn on the AI because we're definitely going to use some AI here to parse what the person said. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Oh, I'm going to get the workflow. I don't know if we've added that to the template here. These workflows are so new, they're not in this template yet. So this is a really nice configuration, TOML being another markup language that everybody's got one.
We need more markup languages.
More markup languages, please. So there's a new one of these things that's called workflows. Whoops. Here we go. So the workflow that will pop in here, and we can call this what we want to, but we'll call this rock climbing bot. Do you all rock climb?
Yeah, don't anymore. Because if I'm being honest, when I was living in like LA, I loved it. Went to the gyms all the time, could climb a bunch of stuff. Came to the gyms in Colorado and they make them too hard and I couldn't climb enough stuff and I got bored. And they're just super crowded. We're in like climber mecca. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
It used to be my thing in the Bay a lot. But yeah, I tried to get back to it and then I was like, no. So who knows?
It's funny. It's like such good exercise. I don't do like any exercise at all. This is like the first time I did it. And I was like, I feel so good after I do this. My wife's like, yeah, dumbass. That is what
Just
exercise
move your
is.
body. If you've ever seen kids rock climb, you can take your daughters. Kids are like monkeys because the way their bodies are shaped. I could see myself
they
getting back
really-
into it once Isla's big enough.
They they will just like
Yeah.
like that.
They
All
just-
the sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, just rock climb intensity. So yes, well, we are trying to get more rock climbing into the mix. Okay, so got our rock climbing bot.
Yeah, and I added it to this file over here, and now I'm going to run this thing that will generate these types for us. Cloudflare type gen, and now I have two things on my environment which will give me code completion, which I love. Right? Again, thank you TypeScript. And so now if I'm in here, I have that's access to this.env, and you'll see that I have AI and rock climbing on it. So I can
nice.
and very easily do .run, and then I can run some AI stuff. And it's just all wired up to my account, right? We don't need to like pass around these accounts and stuff. It's bound to my environment and with my ID, and it's really smooth. I like the way that this all goes. But what we want to do is we want to kick that off. We want to kick off that. Let's kick that off. So we'll say c.env.rockclimbing.create. We're going to create a new one here, and the options that we're going to pass in are those parameters. And I think that should work.
So this is creating the new environment, the workflow, essentially.
this is going to create a new workflow, right? Cool. And it's going to kick it off, and it's going to be asynchronous, right? So we'll right away we'll get the message back, but now we're going to have some time to go and play on the other side of things. And let me see, what am I doing on that create there? I'm sorry, I'm flipping back and forth between code because I know it's params. Seems like that should be at that top level there. One of those. So params.
Craig, like you made this video, how many times, like you wrote the code I assume you practiced it a few times, right? Like how many times do you write the code and practice before you like go and make the video of it?
That's a good question. What I've been doing lately is I've been making the code so that the repo is available.
Yeah.
Sharing the code in it. I haven't been doing a code along in the video. I've been sharing the code as it exists and explaining the struggles that I had during it, and then sharing the code instead of going and walking through it. So
got it.
If I were doing this and doing this live, you can see that I don't have it quite all in memory right now of like how to. It's not loaded in my memory, so I had to go back and look and see what the code was that I had done to do. So I don't have this in my demo skills right now.
No, I feel the same way. Brent's even saying he's been doing a lot of paste this section and then explain, and I've done that a bit lately too. So I kind of appreciate that. I don't know if anyone wants to see me typing all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time.
Oh wait, it's not seeing my params. What am I doing wrong? We're up climbing. Workflow params. That looks right. It's passed into there. This guy should just know. What I wanted to show off was that it was going to show the 2, but it's not showing the 2. It's not showing the params, but it should. So for some reason that's not going, but that's okay. Rock climbing bot workflow. All right. We're just gonna go with it. That we know that the 2. So the 2 again came from you. You're the 2 in this case. So we're going to store this for later because that's who we're going to be messaging. And then the content was the content that you passed through. Because remember, I pulled that out, right? I pulled out the body. And then we're going to go. I don't think we need anything else. I don't think we need this host.
Are you going to need anything else to send the message from the same number or any of the other stuff Twilio related?
Oh yeah. I'll need the Twilio phone number that they're texting.
Which is the 2 number, body.2.
Oh, you're right. You are right. So we're going to go Twilio number. I'm going to call that a string there. And then I'm going to say, thank you. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Do a Twilio number. And I don't know, this should be completing automatically. And when it does, it's like feels really good. So imagine feeling really good about that going.
Just imagine you feel good.
Imagine feel good.
Hashtag insert feel real good. You know.
So what's really quick.
I think I'm just like really sitting down in this moment. You're frustrated. Imagine feeling real good. It's like that's what that was kind of feeling like. I was like, I like that. I might use that, Craig. Okay.
All right, so let's see. What do we want the AI to do here? We want the AI to look at what the person did, and let's just go for it.
You're basically looking at what the person did and formulating a question to send them to check in if they've done it.
Yeah, right? I was thinking we could just pull this thing out and see what we get from it, because maybe we can work. I haven't played in this too much about what we could do.
I mean, in an ideal world, and again, we can refine this, but like, I think in an ideal world, I'm texting you, hey, here are my goals. But I do think being able to get like, okay, where to start, right? Like how do you take this information and just give me a plan of like, what should I do for the next week? Or, you know, just like, how do I get started? Or something like that.
Let's do that. So we'll call plan. And so we'll do an await, and I'm going to do one of these step.dos, right? So I'm going to give this thing a unique name, and the unique name is going to be, we'll call this build plan, and we'll make a callback, and we'll make it asynchronous, make an asynchronous callback here. So again, what's really nice about this is everything that runs inside of this is guaranteed to work. until it doesn't, right? Like, or we can cause it to stop, but it will try a certain amount of times, and if there's a problem with the API or whatever it is that you're doing, I'm confident that we're not going to have that problem because we're dealing with the response from our AI here. So we'll do await, and I have access inside of my workflow. I have access to the environment, so I've got that AI there, and there's this method called run, and we've got a whole bunch of different models that we host. Let's do this 318B instruct from Llama. So we'll pass that through here. And this has messages. If you're new to this game, this is kind of the way most of these things look these days. So you have a system message, except it's spelled like this. And then you explain what it is that you want it to do. So we'll get back to that here in a second.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pass in a role of the user, right? So it's, again, the TypeScript. See how nice that is? The TypeScript knows what those fields are. So the user is going to have passed in when these params come in. I think we have event.params. Event.payload. Okay. So maybe I'll call it payload. That feels like the right thing to do.
I mean,
So
yeah.
payload. All right. And then so we'll do payload.content. Our content is payload.content. Can you hear my wife cackling?
Yeah.
It's great. It was just insert joy.
That's such a good cackle.
Insert joy here, you know.
Insert joy, exactly. She's bringing the joy.
Yeah, you know.
It's working from home with her is fun because she likes to cackle, and it's nice.
No, this is great.
It would be probably would be happy that I was talking about her cackle here. But
Does she
Great.
watch?
Now-
is she
now-
a
now-
viewer?
huge fan of A/B testing.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay, so she
Yeah.
will probably catch the episode
during lunch.
later.
I'm watching sometimes during lunch, and she's like, "What is this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is this
Okay.
amazing show."
So Craig's wife, if you see this in the future, we were the cackle was appreciated.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna
make sure
clip
it knows.
this just for you. Thank you,
There you
Craig's
go.
wife.
You can call her silly. I know you haven't met her yet, but you can call her silly. It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
So
So the system message. We're going to say you are a rock climbing
expert.
coach. Let's say coach.
Coach, yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
coach is what we want.
yeah.
We need a coach. I'm going to leave these spaces here, but Dom has this. Dom showed me this library. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it so we can show it.
Sweet.
So it's called Common Tags.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
No.
So
Just
import strip indent.
Dom has so many cool tips and tricks. He's just
It does.
Yeah.
Brimming.
That whole team that he's put together too, the alpha team. They got some really, really smart cookies over there.
I think it's strip indents. What's this guy's name?
In fact, we'll have one of them on in 2 weeks. December 10th. We'll have, is that 10th? Yeah, 10th. We'll have a member, well, Vinny from the alpha team talking about AI security. So
Oh, cool. I love what they've been pushing out lately. Super cool.
he was part of the OWASP stuff. He helped write some of that.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Nice. Appreciate
some
that
cool
all that work that OWASP does. So if I
Yeah.
do the strip indents, right? So it's a string template thing, and it will make it so that I don't have these extra spaces when I go to pass it, because
Oh,
create
so
a-
it makes
a
your code
template
look
level.
nice.
It
but
looks
not-
nice when you go to console login. It's not like all indented over
Yeah.
to the side. So I like to do that. I like to push that in there, and then I feel more comfortable building like indented this way. So you're a rock climbing coach, and we're going to say the user is going to send you what they
They're setting their
want.
goals.
The user is going to send you their goals. Your task is to encourage them to climb. That should be enough, right? And then what's going to happen from there? We're going to get this response back, and the response has a thing called results on it. So results, and we will say return response.results. JK. No, it does actually have it on it. Results does. Okay. Something's wrong with the type there. I will look at that in a second. It does have that. I do know. I've typed that thing enough that I know. That is correct. So something's wrong. You know how that happens sometimes. All right. So here I am talking up TypeScript, and the thing that I'm trying to show doesn't do it. So your task is to encourage it to climb. Return only your message. Do not include a preamble. I don't know what else is going to do, or
Keep it cash. Just keep it casual.
yeah, keep it cash.
Yeah, I learned that you like the way you prompt always. Like I remember doing one demo. I think it was even with you, Craig, where it was like I had to prompt from the like not from my point of view writing the prompt, but from the person I was trying to like eventually send the prompt to. Because otherwise it'd be like, sure, Alex, I can explain that to your cousin.
No problem. Here's what I think you should. Like, no, stop.
Which is frustrating when you see people write stuff and it's like, yes, of course I can send that answer to you.
It's like you don't want to sound like you're a bot or, want to sound real.
Right.
But yeah. Okay.
All right. So we have this. Now we probably need to install the Twilio. Oh, shoot. This is your phone number, Alex. How am I going to do this?
What do you mean?
How am I going to send from your phone number without the right?
I'm going to have to share credentials with you. Or I can create a function that'll just pass through something and send it and make it open for a minute.
Why don't you send me the credentials in the Robertables. Great advice. Just tweet it to me. Can you just tweet it?
Yeah, I can just tweet it.
Yeah, tweet it for everyone to see. Yeah.
That'll be fine. What can go wrong?
Make sure you put it in the right chat.
Yes.
Alex.
I will do my best to put it in the right chat.
Right.
So I can either do that, or I can just create an API endpoint and functions really quick that just basically passes through the message to an SMS. So that's also an option.
Do you want to do that? That works. If you want to do that.
Yeah, you go out. You do you, and then I'll try to get that endpoint spun up in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if I can.
So I'm gonna just well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see while Alex is spinning that up. Let's see how this is working. Right, we're in a little dev loop here. So
great.
Let's see how we can do. So I probably want to see. I imagine that we'd want to see what the person said too, right? We want to see the payload. I guess I'm doing that here. We got that already. We got the payload that's coming through here. We'll see what the person said. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do an npm run deploy, and hopefully what that's going to do is that's going to push this workflow, which is currently in beta, as everybody's been warned there.
Warning.
So now this is going to come, and then this thing is going to output this. There's a variable that will be called plan, and I think we should be able to just see that from the command line here. So, you know what I can do actually? This is great. So we need to have this to content and Twilio number. So I'm gonna do npx Wrangler. This probably needs to be a little bit bigger. Wrangler, and so this is our command line tool here, and it has access to all the APIs. And one of those APIs is workflows. So we'll do workflows, and I think if I did this, I think I will have deployed it. Rock Climbing Bot. So his name's Rock Climbing Bot there. So we're going to say workflows create workflows instance. I'm just going to see what the help says. We're going to trigger. We're going to trigger the name of the workflow, and we're going to pass in some values to make it go. So we'll say trigger. The name of that workflow is rock climbing bot, and I'm going to pass in the most important one that we want is this content, and we're going to say I want to climb twice a week. And I didn't like that because I used quotes. JSON on the command line. Oh, you know what? It's not, and it's probably not good JSON with the double quotes. So what happens is I kicked off one of those workflows on the server. And let's see if we go and we say workflows, instances, list, and then I think I give rock climbing bot. It will show me this one, and I can say the instances. I can say describe the rock climbing bot latest. This is a nice little shortcut to go get the most latest one that just ran. And we will see that we had success. It did a build plan, but it did not show. I was thinking we'd be able to see here that it went, but it did go in a random AI, but we don't see the AI that it did here.
RJ Pearson made a recommendation in chat. I don't know if you could see it. You could also create a restricted API key that only allows you to send a message.
It's okay. That does make sense, but I think I'm basically there.
I got an endpoint. Do I have an endpoint?
Yeah. I'll throw it in chat. And you just got to give me to, from, and body. I haven't tested it, so
Corey's interested in that. I'm interested in that as well. There's a restricted API key. That is cool.
Yeah. Sometimes the champions teach us stuff. Yeah, I sent in the private chat there. So if you hit that, it should, in theory, send a message. You just got to define the from. Yeah, post, and you got to define the from, the to, and the body.
Okay. So
Look at us, problem solving.
So I'm gonna get the response back from this function call that we're gonna do, and we're gonna do another step, right? So we're in another step now. So that first one went, and now we're gonna go on the second step. Here we're gonna say send plan back, and we're gonna do another asynchronous function here, and there we go. I am going to do response. Wait, and I'm gonna. It's a post.
Yeah.
Post that URL. I could put that in an environment variable, but and then let's see.
Is it a post? I think it's a post.
Is it? Does it? It's accepting JSON, yeah. It's what.
It just says parameters based on the code I copied, but I'd like it to accept JSON. I think it'll work with JSON. So let's try it and see what happens.
Okay. So
it's basically it's just a very basic studio function that like event.from, that would be a parameter, a query parameter though, wouldn't it? Hold on. Let me check how to get
I'll just do that later. So we'll set the payload to be we want and it's called body is what I'm passing.
Yeah,
there?
Body's the pit, yeah.
Okay. And so I'm going to pass the plan back, and then we're going to do to.
Oh, let me make that cool.
Oh, I called the thing up here payload, didn't I? That's going to be bad. Let's just do this. There we go. I'm trying to make that a little bit cleaner there. So we'll do event.payload. And this is actually 2.
Oh
gosh.
I think Craig froze.
There we go.
Oh
I was wondering if it was me, but you back, Craig?
no, I don't know.
Oh wow.
Oh, did I
Technical
drop?
difficulties. Yeah, you dropped for a
Okay.
minute. A
Okay.
little frozen on camera, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're back.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
That was weird. It happened in real life, actually. I just stopped. I was like, oh, no. All right. So this is what are we doing here? We're doing headers. We're doing content type. Application JSON, is that?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Accepts. It will do body JSON dot stringify this guy. This.
Oh, I think maybe the screen share froze a little bit too.
It's helping my typos. All right, so I'm going to
Can't make typos if nothing changes.
All right, so we're going to get back a response here, and we'll do this response.
And there's a solid chance I didn't make my thing right, so we'll see.
So this will be good because if it doesn't work, we'll get it. It'll retry it a whole bunch. Red run.
Okay.
It's like
Perfect.
red run. All right. Send plan back. We've got build plan, and we're gonna say let's say text plan back using pass through. Let's be explicit. So now I'm going to deploy that again, and now we're going to have to let the workflow run the way that it's supposed to run without triggering it that way. So I'm going to deploy, and then I'm going to take a look at the latest after Alex texts in something. I want to climb twice.
Okay. So you want me to say, oh, let me grab my dev phone.
Hey y'all, just a heads up. I think your screen is still a little frozen.
Oh, my screen is? Should I stop and restart?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're
Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
see if that. Oh, yeah, I don't see it right now. Yeah, stop screen sharing, then restart it.
Pixel Craig.
Wasn't just me.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
We might be
All right,
competing against Roblox right now.
Ooh, Craig Minecraft
Drama.
edition. Yeah, you got it.
Drama. Okay, let's try again.
Okay, we got
cool.
your screen back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
All right. So now, Alex, if you can
You want me to
use
send that message?
your number, and
Yeah.
what we'll do, so send a message of like, I want to climb twice a week or something like that.
I just said twice because I already had it typed, but yeah, sent.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. So what's going to happen is it's going to send that message. It's going to kick off this workflow, or it should kick off this workflow. Value term
pass through.
It's not serializable. Oh, I didn't serialize it properly.
Gotta
Ah,
eat your cereal.
we need to
Gotta
get
eat a
the
balanced breakfast,
body,
Craig.
right? Response JSON, right? We want to. That's serializable. That feels good. All right, one more time after I deploy it. All right, send me a text, Alex. You never text me anymore.
Sorry.
There's cereal. There's dairy and non-dairy milk. It's working.
All right, it's working.
Okay.
Duration 8 hours.
Oh.
Did we set a wait
All
or
right.
a wait?
Oh, required parameter 2 is missing. This is from you.
Oh yeah. Because I think,
So I need to do one of those JSON?
I
It's
think
not
we need it
JSON.
in the query params.
Yeah,
like-
so that's
Question mark.
what is that thing called? URL form? What is that
Yeah.
thing called? Form data. There she is. Form data.
Yeah, that's what I thought might happen.
Wow. As AI, I don't eat. Wow. Oh gosh. Cereal first, then milk. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's really the milk first, then who are these? Oh gosh. People who don't put
Anybody know
cereal
how this
first?
form data? You all know this form data pattern or no? Or you
I
did
don't
that?
know that one. No, isn't it URL and code?
Well, yeah.
Or is that different?
I think you just pass a form data JavaScript for fetch. You just pass it the thing and it works. I'll bring my Googs up over here.
Who are you cereal first people? I don't know. I can't drink cereal with y'all. Like, what do you mean?
Drink cereal.
Drink cereal? Who's
Don't,
drinking
it
cereal?
escalated. It escalated in chat. Okay.
Ah, it's this. ULS.
Yeah. People are. Wow. Milk first is not chaotic evil. Wow. I don't know, y'all. I feel like you add the milk first, and then you now can know the ratios of the cereal that you need to add.
Oh, I always.
Wow.
How do you? Wait, but then it's like floating on top. No, that's weird. You put the cereal in first, and you pour the milk on top of it. That's just how it goes.
I don't. But then, what if you change your mind on the amount of cereal that you want? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Then you. Otherwise, you have a bowl full of milk. Come on.
Wow. Whatever.
Sometimes what
Calcium.
I end up doing is I put cereal and I put milk on top, and there's not enough cereal when I finish, and then I add more cereal. But, so it goes.
What else? I guess I move differently here. Anyways,
Unless
Toe
it's
Frog
a bowl.
agrees.
And this is true.
Oh, sorry to break it to you, Andrew. It's not real milk. I usually use oat milk, but that's just me.
dairy. No dairy. Okay. Let's see.
Even honestly, me doing it wasn't working. So maybe I wrote this thing wrong, but that's okay.
Alex. Okay. We'll figure it out. You know what we'll do? We'll have you debug.
You just have to come back to fix it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Duh.
So supposedly, rumor has it, if I give this body, rumor from Stack Overflow, if I give this body just form data, it's going to do what we need. I haven't done this for a while.
I know.
Okay.
I haven't sent the form
This is
data
live.
across. So I'm gonna post to my Twilio, to Alex's Twilio function that
Okay.
form data. Hypothetically, this is going to work. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to work.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Positive.
Yeah.
We need that positive stuff out there. All right. So, Alex, please text me.
Okay.
How long?
I'm deploying again, so I get more info. So give me one moment for the Twilio stuff to deploy, and then I will text you. But hey. Okay.
This is all live. It's real.
It's
We're not
real.
bots. We're not bots. You know. Yeah, there were rumors that Craig was
Okay, there
a
you go.
bot for the longest. Now you know Craig is real. Craig is real.
It's just what a bot would say.
I've gotten better. Yeah, I've gotten better.
That's true. Let's see.
Okay.
You ready, Alex?
Yeah. I just sent you the text.
Okay, sweet. All right, so unsupported media type, because I guess I didn't set the header on that. So that didn't work. Is it form data to string? Is that what it is, y'all? What is this? What is this supposed to be? Is that values? So Stack Overflow just dropped me on my face there.
Wow.
Yeah, don't set the content header. That's what it said. It's been
So
a while.
don't do it.
That works.
Mm-hmm.
This could also just be my function isn't doing what I want it to do.
No, I think it's,
I'm actually unable to make it work myself. So it's probably me.
Oh,
but
this will
so
work.
it goes.
This will work. This will work. URL
Okay.
search params, and then I passed that payload that I have built there.
Okay.
That payload.
We're getting
That'll
there.
work.
It's
That'll
just- Yeah.
I knew it was something in there. I think Alex, you actually said this. You said this out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, it was URL encode. URL encode. Yeah.
I think that'll work. All right.
There's some,
So
Yeah.
please for another text, sir.
Oh, another text. I think my function's broken, so I think it might just be me.
Oh. Okay.
'Cause
Well, we could come
I'm-
back. We
Yeah.
could come back, and I could get a Twilio number. I just can't get a Twilio number right now. So
Yeah.
I'll get a Twilio number. I'll come back when I have one. That,
No,
can
that-
I,
Yeah,
can I
come
I-
back
invite
when you
him
have a toilet number. That's right, Craig. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
come back
But,
to
Craig,
the
so I mean, at least folks have a sense of where we're going, and like we said, we have you know, Craig had dropped some stuff in, we had dropped some stuff in chat, Craig's latest video. We're gonna get this to work at some point.
Yeah.
But again, and also shout out to Craig, because again, this was literally very last minute. So
Yeah,
you
we appreciate you
please,
being here.
This
Yeah.
it's just live, it's real time. Let's see the trio's faces, the ABC. You could pull. Well, we're gonna get
Gotcha.
back to this code at some point.
I mean,
so
we got
Craig-
until New Year's, right, Bianca? We
Yeah.
have until New Year's to get
yeah,
this done,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So, Craig, how did it feel being on stream with us? This is your.
Oh my gosh. My dreams came true. I'm so thankful. And like honestly, I do eat lunch with you every time I catch one of Chefy B's tweets like, oh, that's right, that's happening right now. So I do love hanging out here with y'all. So it felt surreal, to be honest, to be back. So.
Awesome. Thank you for being a part of the surprise. Thank you, chat. And then
Yeah, thanks for
any-
surprising me. It's
Oh,
so
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Oh no, I just wanted to see. You know me. I like to do that every now and then. And then Craig, any last things, like anything people should be on the lookout for? We usually have this thing called the group chat where you can kind of give people first look into stuff. So anything that's not material information about your employer, but like, are there things that we should be kind of on the lookout for? First look, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that like one of those things, you saw how quick I was able to do that .env.ai, right? Like it was like
Yep.
really, it was just there. There's a vector database sitting there. So if you ever wanted to do like vector search stuff, it's just sitting there. And it just like, it's a couple
Nice.
lines there. And Robertables is asking about what my OnlyFans is. It's Cloudflare Devs YouTube. If you want to head over there. lots of content. Not much feet stuff. There's a little bit of feet stuff actually, because I do a thing where I step on a Lego in one of my videos.
Oh,
So
nice.
there's-
Spicy.
Yeah, I
You're
know
into
you and Lizzie do a little walking and talking occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, there's some content.
That's right.
There's some content.
Robertables
Well,
gets it.
Yeah,
Cool.
And I think Corey needs to come on here. I think that's what I'm hearing. Right?
I'm just
Corey,
saying we're just
come
gonna
join us.
we're just gonna have a C, just a rotation of all the C's. So and we'll go through the
Yeah.
alphabet. But yes, as always, chat, thank you. Today, y'all, we went all over the place today, but Craig, it was such a blast hanging out with you. If you're looking at this, if anyone's watching this in the future, say hi, drop your favorite Craig Rickroll moments for us. And but I think that's about it from our end. We'll see y'all next week. We don't have another Craig, but we have another A. So we're just switching it up. And then
We'll have Andrew. Andrew next week is going to come and do his Track Jacket app live on stream.
Nice.
He gave me a little hint, and I think we're gonna get to do some stuff that I've always wanted to do on stream. So I'm excited that he's maybe bringing some new looks, some new views, some new tools to build with.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
super exciting. Break a leg on that,
Yeah.
Andrew. That sounds awesome. That track jacket.
All right.
Yeah.
It's been
So-
real, y'all. We'll see y'all. Thank you for hanging on the AB testing stream. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. 2
p.m. Eastern. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works.
Cool. Bye.